and welcome to another episode of Three Crones and the Woo Woo. We have a very special guest today. I'm so excited. And whatever that little ding that just happened, Krista, that was perfectly timed. It was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
I'm awesome.
So here we are today. I have my usual cohort, Krista Ducharme, with me, intuitive healer, teacher, and life coach with Dimensional Healing with Krista on Facebook. Like I forgot to introduce myself, I'm Gayle Nicholson, resilience coach, miracle making queen, and I work with Creative Command Coaching and Consulting. And we have amazing new guest. Her name is Damaris Samolinsky. She is a spiritual life coach, astrologer, numerologist, and educator. She does her business under the umbrella of The Genie Within. But you can find her at DamarisSamolinsky.com. So welcome to the show, Damaris. How are you doing?
Oh, thank you so much. I'm doing great, Gayle. Thank you for having me as a guest. It's an honor to be here with you guys. I'm doing great.
Awesome. I'm going to ask you to do something a little bit odd. Is there a way
Okay.
you can bring your camera angle just down a little bit so your face is a little higher in the screen?
This way?
Yeah, well, yeah. Angle it towards you. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
Towards you. Okay, great. Thank you, because I've got the titling set up in such a way that it's covering half of your face. So I want to
Okay.
see this beautiful face because you've got some
Oh, thank you.
amazing stuff that you're going to talk
Thank
to us
you.
about today. Now, I want to make sure that the audience knows Joanne will be back next week. She has another engagement this week at this time. So she gifted us with Damaris, who does pretty much the same kind of things that she does. So she'll be giving us our cosmic galactic empowerment guide this week. All right, ladies. So I want to say hello to everyone who is visiting with us in the chat room. Thank you so much for stopping by. And let's kind of like check in because yesterday, today, I'm not quite sure when exactly it happened. I thought I saw it in my transits for like the moon in Scorpio. And then
Yep.
today, Pluto went retrograde, right?
Yes. Yep.
So before we get into Damaris's astrology report in a little bit, I just want to kind of check in. How you guys hanging in there with all this going on?
Well, for me personally, over here, I'm having a great time.
Well, you
Yeah,
miss
I don't know.
Scorpio. Of course you are.
I'm loving life. Yeah, I'm like, ooh, this Scorpio energy, baby. Yeah, no, actually, I started feeling the energy last week in the full moon energy, but I think more it was also the Pluto energy getting ready to go in retrograde. So it was in that retrograde shadow. And so, you guys, I know we speak in a language sometimes y'all just don't comprehend, but hopefully by the end of it, you'll get it. So for me, I found that when I was in that shadow of everything, it almost felt like I was trudging through mud.
Oh, yeah.
But then once it lightened up, I've just been like, go, 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 Energizer Bunny.
I love it.
Yeah.
Damaris, how's it hitting for you?
When I was born, Pluto was in my sun sign, and Pluto is, I'm very almost like very familiar with the Pluto energy, and when it goes into retrograde, it's more like, it's transforming ourselves, reinventing ourselves, me being born with the Pluto, conjunct my sun when I was born. It's like my whole life is of reinventing myself. So it could get exhausting sometimes, but I'm used to the energy. I really love the power of Pluto because it is the destroyer of whatever is decaying and then to be rebirthed. So I love it. I love it.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah,
Ladies,
what's
give me a
really
second.
funny?
Go
Oh,
ahead.
she's having it.
I'm
I'll
having
go
problems.
on while you do that. You handle the problems. So it's kind of funny. So I have to tell another side story. As you guys see, I have little light curtains behind me now, right? So I started talking about rebirthing. It was like, seriously, Pluto went into retrograde, or was going in that shadow into retrograde. I'm like, I have to go upstairs and I have to redo everything.
Yeah, reinvent yourself.
I'm reinventing because I'm like, yeah, no, this isn't what I want. So I'm I'm like reestablishing. So don't be surprised if over the next couple of weeks you guys start seeing my background
I love
shifting.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it is. It's all about having fun. And I mean, yeah, it's perfect timing if you think about it for reinventing yourself. Because at least for us here in the Netherlands, tomorrow we start our phase 1 of opening. So
Okay.
how cool is that?
The planet is also rebirthing, right? The whole planet is us individually,
rebirthing.
and then the planet within itself is rebirthing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
it's time.
It is. It's time. It's time for that. It's time to come out of our little cocoon, if you will, that we've been in. And,
Absolutely.
And really embrace and share and spread our wings. Oh, we should do that. Everybody should like get butterfly wings.
Ooh. I have evil fairy wings hanging in the closet. Go figure.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you could become an evil. Yeah, maybe that's what you
become.
No. Well, that's what I was saying.
Honey, I retired.
Yeah, no. Well, that's why we need butterfly wings now, so you can become someone
bigger,
different.
right? Bigger ones.
Bigger
a
ones.
bigger one.
Bigger
That's
ones.
right.
Yes.
And if those aren't enough,
you said you retired from your regular job, but
no,
then
I
you're
retired from being an evil fairy.
Oh. Oh wow, okay. That's good.
What you don't know, Damaris, is that I stand 4 feet 8 inches tall.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so of course everybody tries to call me Tinkerbell. I'm like, Tinkerbell was a bitch. No, I'm Thumbelina.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
Yeah. And when you're trying to explain that, look at how, I mean, she doesn't look that tiny, does she, on the
She
screen?
doesn't. Nope, she does not. Well, they say that small, great things come in small sizes. Right?
Diamonds and dynamite, baby.
That's right.
Blow your mind and then blow your world.
That's right.
My license plate on my car says C4 power, meaning C4 power, like I'm a resilience coach, right?
Yeah.
And one of my former coworkers asked me one day, he's like, "What does that mean?" Because it also could mean
it's C4 and exploding.
Yeah. And I'm like, whatever you think it means, that's what it means.
That's right.
I understand how that goes that way, but I also work around a lot of big weapons, or well, I don't. I just work around. I live with people who work around big weapons.
Ooh, alrighty. Well, hello to everyone who's joined us out there in Facebook land, and we have a viewer on YouTube as well. So thank you for joining. Please like, comment, and share this post. That's how you get entered into the weekly drawing. Oh my gosh. Let me show you this. The weekly drawing. Oop, no, that one. That's what you're going to get. So like, comment, and share this broadcast to be entered into that. And while you're at it, go see our sponsor Sue at Class Act Imports, who has all kinds of cool stuff, mainly Baltic Amber, but this lady has been catering specifically to our list of crystals each week. So her inventory is growing, and she's getting exactly what we're telling you need. So if you actually do need it, go get it from her. Okay? Awesome.
Don't we all need it?
We do need it.
Yes, we do.
It's a want, right?
Want.
It's there. Yeah. No, I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah, I kind of do.
Yeah, or fifth, or well, I just feel like they're calling my name.
Right.
That's what it is, right?
That's right. Krista. Damaris, what's your favorite crystal?
Oh, lapis lazuli. I love lapis. I love it. It's
Love
connected to it's like the starry night, right? It has that blue and then the golden pyrite in it. It's like, I love it. And it's also connected to Mother Mary. I'm very connected to that energy. So
Really?
I love it. Yes, yes. That is my favorite stone. I'm also, I was born in September, so it's almost like that sapphire color blue. So it calls me,
Oh, now I'm
my favorite stone.
extra
My
interested.
favorite.
Yes.
I mean, there's others, but that's, off the bat, when you ask, that's what came to mind right away. So lapis lazuli.
It is beautiful.
And that's perfect. And it's a great stone. I love that one too. Yeah. It is. So when September, what? Yeah. There. September what?
15th.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I filled that book in. I got my father was the 14th. My oldest daughter's father was the 16th. Now I know somebody on the 15th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm the 25th.
Oh, so you're a Libra, though, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You're far more organized than I am.
That's
my
funny.
daughter's
I'm
a
organized
Virgo.
in here, not necessarily physically. Yeah. Your daughter's a Virgo. What day?
She's actually a really great Leo Virgo cusp because she's August 24th.
Oh, wow. Yes.
And there are days, I'll tell you what, right now she's rocking the Leo.
I have a Leo rising, so I could relate to her. I always say my Leo saved me because the Virgo sometimes is so analytical and so detail oriented. So my Leo saved me. And I always say, oh my God, thank God I have that Leo rising,
Yeah, I'll tell you what, because sometimes that Virgo and her makes the Scorpio and me want to use my tail.
Oh gosh, yes.
Yes.
Well, that's something new I just learned today, though, Krista. Jen is August 24th.
Yes.
Katie is August 24th.
Oh.
We have daughters that were born on the same day.
There we go.
What year?
Well, 2002. Jen's 18.
Oh, yeah.
Katie,
Katie's 27.
Yeah.
So not quite the same day, but close.
They're not, but it's the same day, but just a few years apart. Yeah, on our at the last command we were at, one of the little girls, her mom was our ombudsman, which is our person who connects the command with the ship, kind of thing. They're our mediator. And her daughter was born also on August 24th. And of course, at the time, she was like 3 years old. But it was so funny. I was watching her and she'd run around and she loved Genevieve and loved her and would be like, admiring her. And I'm watching and I go over to her mom, Margarita, and I go, oh, yes, I recognize the little girl in the big girl that's standing next to her. Because the energy was so much the same. It was, it's just really incredible when you see that. It's a very unique energy having that Leo Virgo cusp. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I know other people who are cusps,
I'm
born
Virgo,
essentially you are. Yeah. And like Kevin's close enough to being a Libra Scorpio. That's my husband. But her energy is very much, it's like, wow.
That's awesome. Well, it's about time here. Are we ready, Damaris?
We're ready.
All righty. Well, then I am going to turn it right over to you, Damaris's weekly guide to galactic empowerment.
All right. So to me, like I was saying to you ladies earlier, to me, I work with astrology that's like medical astrology. Mm-hmm. So so to me, the signs, each sign is a personality, it's a personality trait. And we have, the sun, the moon, and the rising, which gives us 3 personalities if we have different, if we have different signs. At least 3. Exactly. So, it's like, how do we work with these personalities, right? How do we use them for our benefit? So like for me, for example, I have Aquarius moon, Virgo sun, and Leo rising. So at any given day, I could be any one of those three, or I can work with all three at the same time, which is where I master myself, I believe, because, the Leo is fun and, it's the center of the stage. The Virgo is very analytical and, looking for things to fix. And then the Aquarius is just a humanitarian. So I can use all three. I love them.
Nice.
But they also carry, when we're off balance, they also, affect an organ. And so we have to also be, we have to understand that we're a microcosm of the universe. And so whatever's going out there in the constellations also affects us individually, right? Mm-hmm. And so what Pluto is in retrograde, how is that affecting us, right? I see Pluto really connected to the Mars energy in the root chakra, for example. So, how is that transforming us? What is that doing for us? It's in retrograde. So it's a time to take, I would say if we're in a dungeon and there's mold, how do we make art out of that mold? And that's really what we're doing right now.
That's
how do you make
interesting
art,
concept,
right?
Yes.
It really is.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah.
What do you think about that? How do you create art out of mold, right? How do you do that?
Right? You just got this image of this little bonsai tree that's all moss.
Yeah. It's like, or
like
this. Yeah. For me, it's like, well, people have created art out of mold. They created things like penicillin.
That's right.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's so much growth in mold. Okay, I know we're going down a whole mold thing.
I mean, we can. I mean, that's just an example of what the energy of Pluto can do, and it's, again, I love the energy. It could be very tough, the Pluto energy, because Pluto is related to everything that's, negative, if you will. It's the Lord of, the Lord of the underworld. Right. And so what do we find down there? Right. We find everything that's dark. And so we have to bring the light into the darkness. And so if you're born like me, for example, with the Pluto conjunction, it was almost like I had to bring light into my darkness. My mother died when I was very young. And that was my Pluto energy, my darkness. And how was I going to reinvent myself? Or was I going to, stay in that dungeon for the rest of my life?
Right.
Or was I going to transform? Right. And so that's what's really happening to each one of us. And it's happening individually, and it's different for everybody. But whatever darkness we're facing, it's, the calling, it's like bringing the light to that darkness, awesome. And then helping other people, shine a light of your light into their darkness so that they can see their way out of that, dungeon, if you will. Right.
Right.
So that's what's really expected. And so when we do that, we actually become light bearers, and then we're bringing light to the world, and the world needs light, as you can see what's happening globally, right? But it's also, I feel that it's biblical, right? What's happening is biblical. It's been written, right? And so if we are here in this time and space at this time, it is an amazing time to be alive and transform the world into, a world that we have never seen before. And that's our Pluto energy, because again, it's destroying, it's decaying, the everything is decaying. And so we have to give it new life, right? And so if you look at everything that's happening globally, every industry they sort of need some sort of resurrection and restructuring. Yeah. And so when we look at it that way, then we can get on with whatever needs to be done. And, we don't complain. We just say, okay, I'm here in this time, in this moment. I came to shine the light and to bring change to the planet and to, and for other people. Phenomenal. So I love that energy of the Pluto. It's just getting into that understanding of saying to ourselves, okay, I'm here. What am I here to do? And then doing it. Each of us individually, and then coming together too as one.
Beautiful stuff. That's awesome. Really phenomenal. And I can definitely see the truth in what you're saying, especially like worldwide. We have been going through a period of time where we practically have root rot. We've been decaying.
Yes.
Right?
100%.
And now we have this opportunity. We're starting to open up. We're starting to, venture back out. We're restructuring technology. Yes. We're restructuring business around the world, right? How business gets done with new technologies.
Yes. I mean, look at this, right? Before COVID, we had Zoom, right? But I read somewhere that Zoom users went from 10 million to 400 million. And that was through COVID. So now we learned a new way of being together, right? Of still continuing life, even though we're not physically together. But we learned that, wow, we can do so many things, this way now, right? So we just literally, restructured ourselves, right? And we continued business, and we some people are doing better than they did before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm one of them, actually.
You see. Also, I feel, talking about all of this, I feel that, back, maybe 100 years ago, everything was natural medicine, right? And therapeutics and, natural healing and all the healings that we do. And then we went into just having a quick fix and running to the pharmacy or the drugstore, pharmaceutical drugs. And so what did that do? That gave us secondary side effects. So maybe it's a time for us to sort of like go back to the roots, right? Go back to the beginning of time and then utilize, natural healing methods to heal the body, because the body is an intelligent machine. I call it a machine, right? It's very intelligent. And so when you give it what it needs, it will do that. You know what I'm saying? Do that for you. So maybe it's a time for us to slow down, right? And rethink and reinvent and go back to our roots. That's what I feel.
I actually kind of align with you on that one, Damaris, because in the work that I do, it's really helpful for me to equate the human body to the very first AI, right? We are an organic computer. Garbage in, garbage out. Our brains, our operating system can be reprogrammed. We can upgrade. We can upgrade our DNA. All of that. We are essentially organic machines.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I agree. But we put foreign objects and foreign things into our body, and then the body rejects it, and then we have side effects, and then that shortens our lifespans, really. Because if we're sick or we get any kind of disease that is debilitating or that can kill us, then then we can't really do anything. We can't reinvent ourselves, right? In astrology, I believe in reincarnation, and so wherever your soul leaves off, that's where it starts again. So then to go through that same process again of whatever was imbalanced. So I feel that, for me, the soul is the thing that I protect the most, because it's where whatever it's being recorded in my soul consciousness, it's where I'm going to begin again. And so I want to accelerate that process as much as possible, not really worry about material things, because again, those things stay behind. Whatever we take is the soul consciousness again. And so if we're going to be reborn into a new life, where do we start? Where we left off? And if we have a lot of imbalances, then it's going back to the same thing all over again. I want to accelerate my evolutionary process rather than, stay back, and again, Pluto energy that's what it's calling for. That's exactly what it's calling for. In Hindu religion and Hindu culture, Pluto is Shiva, right? It's Shiva. So it's a destroyer, and then the new creator of life, right? So what are we destroying? What is decaying in our lives? Whether it's people, things, whether it's the job, if we're not in the right field of work, if it's not, aligned with our soul's purpose, and all of that has to go. All of that has to go. It's dying. Some relationships are dying. We hold on to it because we're scared, but we got to let them go so that we can be rebirthed, and that we can align with whoever is supposed to be aligned with us in the new birthing process.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of work to do.
It is. They also say that if we, in one lifetime, we do this much work on the self, because we're constantly worried about what's happening here, what's happening there, what's happening with this person or that person, what's happening in the government, let's say, and we're not focused on us. And so that's why, we don't get a lot done with ourselves, because we're focused on everything else. So if you put all that energy into you're going to get 100% back. If you put energy into other things, you might not get anything back. So, yeah, so it's best to
Yeah.
put energy into ourselves. And also what I feel also with all this energy of Pluto energy that's happening is like, we have to take accountability and responsibility for ourselves and what's happening in the planet. What have we done to change it? Personally, on an individual level, what have we done? And so it is time to stand up. It is time to say, okay, I'm here to do this, and do it, and take that action to do it, you know?
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
It's interesting how all this kind of fits in across the board. Because over the last couple of days, I've been, as we do, watching TikTok, scrolling through Facebook, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And one of the TikToks that I came across, there's a lot of diva gay men out there giving you good advice. I'll be honest.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of diva gay men. And wow, this one said, essentially, you're not a damsel in distress. Stop it.
That's right.
That's
agree.
right.
You're
Yeah.
not,
I agree.
right?
And just to clarify, damsel in distress, by the way, it doesn't matter the gender. So, gentlemen,
Yeah.
I love that.
just as an FYI,
Yeah.
you're not a damsel in distress.
I love that.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, yeah.
But it was really interesting because it was like one of those things where you go, oh shit, that's what I'm doing. Right?
Yeah.
Like I've been operating recently from this, I want somebody to come rescue me. I want somebody to provide everything for me.
That.
I want
God,
something
that's awesome.
to, I want to be, there's a Manilow song. It says, I want to be somebody's baby. I don't want a child of my own. I want some, and it goes on and on about all the spoiled brat things that you want to do, right?
Yeah.
And it was like that. And it's like, oh, okay, how old am I being in this mentality? Oh, about 8 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, let's do a little bit of growing up here, right?
Yeah.
But I created this little TikTok, and I'm like, I'm releasing my self-doubt. I'm releasing my damsel in distress. I'm releasing all of my expectation of losing, right?
Yeah.
I love that.
Right? Releasing all that with the Scorpio full moon. Now with the Pluto retrograde, I'm like, oh, what's new? What's next? Right?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I had a conversation with this lady, and she's actually a business coach, and we were talking, and she was saying to me, she says to me, what's your $1 million blueprint? And I was like, $1 million blueprint? Well, I really haven't thought about that. And she says, well, in order to get to your $1 million blueprint, you need to have courage. That's the only way to get there. And so what you were saying, Gayle, goes into that. It's like, we need to have courage to make the changes we want to see in the world. If we sit back and wait for somebody else to do it, then what are we doing, right? And this is also, again, what we're talking about with this energy of this Pluto. It's, we need to transform individually and planetarily, but we can't sit back and wait for somebody else to do it. So then we're not taking responsibility, right?
Yeah.
And so we need to, and it needs courage to do all of that, it needs courage.
Now,
and we have to remember that now's the time to be the change.
Yeah.
Be the change you want to see. Stop waiting.
Yeah.
Be the change
what are you
waiting want
for?
In your life, and be that light that you think that you need.
Yeah.
Because if you think you need it, you're not that old, you're not the only person. Other people need that. And you know what, though? Here's the other thing is that sometimes, yes, we all do have that damsel in distress thing, all of us. And, but here's the courage in it. And to go back to using that word, is it's the courage of seeing that that's what's happening. And sometimes, you do need, a really awesome gay, whatever. Diva. I like that. I was trying to think of something a little more catchy, but to come on TikTok and say, stop being a damsel in distress, because it's okay. We get lost in ourselves as selfish.
We
as
do.
that.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. We were shown the way.
We get blindsided by the planets too as they're going around. I've had more than once that I've been just like, what the heck is going on in my life? and then something scrolls through my feed or somebody else mentions I'm much more aware of things now than I was 2 years ago, right? Where I'm just living at the effect of this transit and not knowing why I'm crazy for 2 days, you know?
Thank
and then
God. Thank God we have Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, because they're the the transformational planets, the transformative planets. If we didn't have those 3 planets, we wouldn't transform, we wouldn't ascend, we wouldn't evolve. So thank God for them, even though it's painful, it's like growing pains, but they're needed in order for us to raise our consciousness and be in another level, at another dimensional reality, right?
Right.
So thank God for them. Thank God for them.
Absolutely.
And also another thing that I wanted to add to that is also, it's like we were shown the way, right? We were shown the way. We, in the beginning, Jesus Christ said, "You're gonna do greater things than I'm doing," right? That was what was said, and so we were shown the way. Now we can't sit back and wait for his second coming, because he's not coming. We each individually have to, be rebirthed and come in again. So in astrology, also, they say there's 2 important days that are very important in everybody's lives. And it's the day you're born and the day you find out why.
Yeah.
That's the day you come into your second coming. And so that's exactly what each of us has to do.
Nice.
I
love that.
I've never thought of it like that. That's
awesome. We got to put that one on a shirt.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
I mean, I've heard the,
Maybe that's
the
$1 million blueprint.
What?
Maybe that's my $1 million blueprint.
There you go. There you go. I've heard the saying before, the 2 most important days in your life are when you're born and when you find out why. But what you said after that, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's awakening, right? It's an awakening.
It's your second,
awakening.
That is your second coming. That's when you step into who you came here to be. Yeah.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, and so ultimately, what you just said, Damaris, to all of us, is that we are our own second coming.
That's right. And we can't sit and wait for,
And you are responsible for your own second coming.
And that's
not happening,
Yeah. And so, no, that is, I don't know. It's like one of those.
That was as suggestive as you could get without saying underwear.
Yeah. I'm like, there we go. Hey, we've been doing so good without saying underwear recently.
I love it. Definitely. And that's it. It's like, if we sit and wait, it's like the guy that, was asking God for help. God sent him the helicopter, the boat, everything. And then he died, he drowned. And then he went and asked God, why didn't you help me? I sent you a helicopter, a boat, and a horse or whatever. Right. And you didn't take it. So exactly, that's it. We can't sit and wait. We got to transform. We got to take a stand. And so it's like, all right, what did I come here to do? And okay, let me do it. And then everybody else take that stand and do whatever they came here to do. And then we all do it together. And we're all in it together. And we're all individually also, performing the job we came here to perform.
Yep.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Be your own hero, people.
Yeah, no kidding. One last thing before I let you go from your segment. Today is a powerful, I'm acknowledging this for Joanne, it is a number 9 day. And if she was here, she would be like doing cartwheels. So let's get your perspective on a number 9 day.
For me, the number 9 is a completion. It's endings, right? It's you coming around the wheel, coming full circle. What did you learn through the first year all the way through the 9? It's letting go of what no longer it's needed. It's almost like the Pluto energy is coming together with that energy. It's like, what are you letting go of that you don't longer need, doesn't serve you in the next phase of your life? It's also, for me, the 9 is a universal teacher. So that means you don't have to be in a classroom in a school district to teach. You can teach just by any contact you make, giving somebody some great knowledge and some great information that can help them, with whatever they need. So it's a universal teacher. It's also, the 9 is the master number. It's you've become mastered. You've mastered yourself. And if you don't, you got to start all over, going back to number 1 and starting all over again. So this is a perfect time. That 9 is a perfect time to complete that cycle, and then to be transformed and to be that master teacher, and to go into the master numbers, maybe like 1111 instead of 11, which is 11. I'm actually a master number 11. My life path. I'm sorry. So it's a number 11, and so I'm not always vibrating at the 11, but you shouldn't start back from the number 1. You should go into the master numbers, right? From the 9, you should go into the 11 master number, and the 22 and the 33 or whatever. And so it's not to start all over and repeat the same lesson. So that's, to me, what the 9 is. It's a powerful, powerful energy, and it goes hand in hand with the Pluto energy that we're talking about.
And I think it also goes hand in hand with the Scorpio moon energy as well.
Yep, exactly.
And for it to fall today, as Pluto is going retrograde, and we're in the fresh glow. Yeah, I think the beautiful, beautiful stuff. Thank you so much, Damaris.
How it comes together. Are you so welcome?
Please stick around with us. Don't disappear.
Don't go. Don't go.
I'm not.
We have more stuff to talk about.
Yes.
Yes. All right, and we are going to get right into Miss Krista. Krista's Crystal of the Week.
My crystal of the week, guys, is a awesome blue lace agate. And now some of you may or may not have seen in our 3 Crones in the Woo Woo group, I already posted some of the actual jewelry that Sue, our sponsor, had posted. But I also think, and Sue, if you're on, please let us know, did you get these as tumblies, the blue lace agate? Because I think she did. I know she bought some tumblies, but this is blue lace agate. And it is actually a perfect stone. This one's really great. Do you see all those beautiful bands that I have going? So this one's a nice little tumbly. And it is essentially an incredible communication stone. I'm going to do on and off with the glasses. And mine are readers, so I need them to read here in a second. But it is a communication stone. And it opens it works with your 5th chakra or your throat chakra. And it's kind of funny because I've been teaching, for those of you who know, I've been teaching a 7 energies of you. And a couple of weeks ago, we were doing our 5th energy, which of course is what I'm talking about at the moment. And I name it the 5 golden rings, right? Because anybody who's ever sung the 12 days of Christmas, right? You belt out 5 golden rings.
You must. It's the rules.
You have to belt it out. Well, think of that as communication. Not that you need to walk around yelling at people. Okay, that's not where I'm going with it.
I got a bullhorn.
No, it's about, I know, I love being loud sometimes, but there is a time and place. And louder, have you ever been at a family dinner and everyone's talking over everyone? And at first it can be really kind of cool. And then it gets kind of like, oh my God, this is a lot. And then then they're like shouting over each other, trying to have this communication, right? Well, it doesn't mean the louder you get, the more right you are, or the louder you get, the stronger your point is.
Damn, that's how I fight. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, dynamite does come in small packages.
Yes, it does.
So, we can go back to that whole size thing here, but maybe later. Well, when we're communicating, sometimes it means that we need to be more thoughtful in how it is that we're presenting, whether it's that we're presenting an opinion, a thought, whether we're disagreeing with somebody, whether or not we have felt wronged or we feel more right. Communication is many, many, many different things, right? And it's not just about having the last word. Because sometimes, if you ever had one of those conversations where saying nothing is actually more powerful than trying to fight for that last word. You ever had that experience, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because You can just look at someone and be like, okay, yeah, and I'll just move on from there. It's like, oh, right. Because you're holding your power by not, by not, by not going down that road. So blue lace agate is wonderful for helping us in terms of knowing. I'm going to borrow a line from Kenny Rogers, knowing when to hold them, knowing when to fold them,
Right.
and knowing when to walk away, right? Because sometimes that's what it really is it's about knowing when to have say something and knowing when not to, and knowing when that, what, the energy just isn't worth it.
Yeah.
I just need to walk away from it, because it doesn't matter what I'm going to say to you. In your head, you're right. In your head, you're, you're the absolute. So it doesn't matter. And you just smile and you walk away. Right.
And you also take their weapons away, right? Because they can't go
That's
at you anymore.
exactly
Right?
So
what it is.
it's like
Yep.
you take the weapon away from them and
Yeah.
going
I,
back
ha-
to
I
a
have
piece.
I have done this in the past. Okay. Now, you don't know me yet, Damaris, but I have a stick in my craw about certain male type beings on the planet.
Yeah.
But I have shut my mouth instead of having the last word, turned around and walked away, thinking in my head, you only got the last word because I gave it to you.
Yeah.
And that is so freaking empowering.
Yeah.
Right? Because
It is.
you're
But
holding your own power, right?
absolutely. It's so much energy we exert when we're arguing with somebody, or we're having, you know what I mean? And I feel, in my opinion, that you're right. If you're right and I'm right, because like Krista was saying, they're right in their mind, and you're right in yours. So you're both right.
Yeah.
No need to argue.
Yeah. And sometimes, and this is the aspect that the other aspect about this stone in communication is you also, communication, remember, works in two directions. It's
That's
not
right.
about always what you're saying. It's also about listening. And so
100%.
those of us who have children will remember, do you have your listening ears on? Because there's a listening and then there's hearing. And one of those things that we should actually be teaching our kids is, do you have your listening ears on, and now are they hearing the words I am saying? Because we don't always want to hear. I mean, we might listen, but it doesn't mean that we're hearing. It doesn't mean that it's going into the ears and processing through the brain, which is a much different thing.
Yeah.
So that is also what this stone is really good for. I was this afternoon with a friend, very COVID safe, just clarifying this with everybody. We were all COVID safe. And she was telling me that sometimes when she's with her mom, her mom she's at that age where she'll just say what she thinks, or
Her
say
mom
what
or
she
her?
feels. Her mom does.
Menopause mouth. I love it.
Yeah, it is. It's menopause mouth, right? You just don't give a shit anymore. You just don't care. And so, and it was how she was saying it. And I said to her, does your mom wear pendants? And she's like, yeah, my mom likes to wear jewelry. I said, oh, I have a stone. We need to get her this pendant. And I said, she needs a blue lace agate. And then I said, does she wear earrings? And she's like, oh yeah, she wears earrings as well. I said, oh, she needs the earrings to match. I said, I promise you, she starts wearing those, you're going to actually know when she's wearing them, because it's a beautiful filter that just automatically happens while you look gorgeous.
I love it. I love it.
So, seriously, it actually works really well with the Scorpio energy of the moon, because I am a Scorpio and I'm just loving this energy. But one of the things that Scorpios are known for is are less than tactful communication. Not everybody is as well practiced as I am.
No, they're not. I was married to a Scorpio. Okay. No one is refined as you are as a Scorpio.
Thank you. I will take that. Thank you very much. I work on it every single day.
The Scorpio has 3 levels. You know that, right? It's so amazing.
Okay.
The levels of Scorpio.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
So-
it has the Scorpion level, right?
Yep.
Where they are sneaky liars, right? They're the first level of Scorpio, because you have those, right? Then you have the
Yes.
second level, which is the ego, right? They see
Mhm.
outside of the box. And then you have the Phoenix, which is they're relentless. You know, they come out of the ashes. And when you get to that level of Scorpio, oh boy.
Oh boy.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh boy.
I'm amazing.
Oh boy.
And if
Yes.
if Phoenix ain't a fit for you, the dragon is interchangeable there.
There you go. Thank
I
you,
love.
Gayle.
I
That's
can do
right.
both.
Yeah.
I
That's
love
right.
them both.
Yeah.
That's right. That is an amazing energy. It's an amazing
I didn't know
energy.
that. I did
Yeah.
not know that. I learned something new about
See,
Scorpio.
there you go. We learn every day, right?
That's
Oh, and I love it.
All
I
right.
Yeah, me
love it.
too.
One more new
Me
thing,
too.
you get to take a nap.
I get to. Oh,
If I learn 2 new things in a day, I get a nap.
oh well. Then I'm getting ready to go nap for. Well, it's an
About
8
8
hour
hours.
one, but
It's
yeah.
a long nap. It's a really long nap. Second only to the dirt nap.
All right, Gayle, my
Yes, ma'am.
friend, I'm going to turn the floor to you
Ooh.
and your wonderful, your wonderful,
My wonderful.
your
Yeah,
wonderful.
express yourself. Speak without fear of judgment.
Yes.
Well, that's my topic today: is express yourself and speak without fear of judgment. And as
Awesome.
always, right? As always, you know, these shows are built on, you know, Krista's crystals as the basis, the astrology report that just changes every week, and then I decide that I'm going to talk about something having to do with Krista's crystals, right? And that's the first thing that pops out for me with blue lace, aside from every wonderful thing that we just learned from Krista about them, including I learned something new with that too. Why I won't wear them.
Oh, yeah, you don't want the filter?
Right? Just intuitively,
I
I won't freaking wear them. You know, it's like I love them. They're pretty. They're, you know, and they're like, yeah, no, thanks. Yeah, because I don't like the filter. Go figure. Okay, so here's the thing though, because especially in this realm, we'll say, all right, the 3 Crones, the woo-woo-ness of life, the things that each of us individually would have been burned or worse for, right? And we ain't even done any harm against anybody, okay? Just having this knowledge was enough to put your life in jeopardy.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it makes a whole lot of sense that historically, generationally, especially women, smart women, tend to hesitate in speaking their truth because there is this existential threat back here in our DNA that we may have experienced multiple times throughout our own personal history of speaking up and being cut down, right? So if that's a real fear that comes in for you and gets in the way of you doing what you came to do, who you came to be, your second coming, then you probably need to grab the fucking rock. Okay.
That's right. That's right, Gayle.
This one,
Right?
the blue lace agate.
Right.
Don't be throwing things at people.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Yeah, these rocks are not for throwing. But yeah.
I love it.
So, and I love the fact that the blue lace agate, it's like you see the bands, right? And they're like your own vocal cords. Think about it, right? and the sound comes through and the vibration creates, right? And sometimes we go to say something and our throat closes shut, right? That's blue lace agate at work, in a way, right? Those folds just close on the things that aren't going to serve you the highest if they come out of your mouth, right?
That's right.
Now, blue lace agate doesn't do anything to keep you from rolling your eyes. Doesn't do anything to keep you from going, interesting, and walking away. It doesn't do any of that. You still have full range of body communication, but it may help you to keep from saying something that you may regret later.
Absolutely.
I'm here to tell you that with or without your blue lace agate, say what needs to be said. Because here's the truth, okay? The truth does hurt sometimes.
Yeah.
Taking objective stock of what's not working is the only way we gain access to shifting it to work, right? So, say those things that need to be said, even if there may be people out there judging you for it, right? There's nothing that you could say that you cannot clean up. There is nothing that you can hear that you cannot forgive, right? Stop saying no for other people. Stand in your power. Express yourself 100% authentically. And if anybody does judge you on that, keep this in mind. For every judgment that you can receive without embodying it, $5,000 is going to show up in your bank account. Bring it.
That's awesome.
Judge the shit out of me, buddy. I'm going to Vegas.
I love it.
Thank you for listening. And definitely,
That is good. I like that.
please, I'm trying to find the graphic for her.
Yeah, go visit
Nope,
Sue
that's
at
not
Class
it.
Act Imports. No, and just to, something to add
There
to
we
that,
are. Yes, go
the
ahead.
pendants that she has right now, she has a couple that actually the bands of agate actually go vertical, not
Ooh.
horizontal, which is the way our vocal cords are, which is why I went, oh.
Yeah, it was a whole new way of looking at that, huh? And
I never thought of that. And I use blue lace agate with my clients like, almost all the time because that's a great one. So I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's also, and I see it also the communicating not just with people but with spirit, right? This is the fifth chakra is the first spiritual chakra, the first one. So it's how do we communicate with spirit? How is that dialogue going?
Nice.
So we can use it as that as well.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah, if you've got your guides on mute, take them off.
Yes.
Start listening.
Yes.
Start listening.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Well, I want to remind everyone to like, comment, and share this broadcast to be in the drawing for one of these amazing 3 Crones and the Woo Woo's translucent selenite charging slabs. They're awesome. They've got our logo etched into them, and they are beautiful. Again, it could be you if you enter. Now, who's this week's winner? Bum-ba-da-dum! Congratulations, Tracy Paquin! Yay! Yay, Tracy! And Tracy also, in addition to the slab that I will send out to you as soon as you give me your snail mail address in my direct messages, I want to give another shout out to Tracy Paquin in the form of the McGilvery Shortbread Company. Tracy is making all of these amazing little Star Wars.
Shortbreads.
Look at this.
Yep.
Darth Vader shortbread cookies. She's got C-3PO and Yoda and Chewbacca. And they're really, really good. Really good.
Ooh.
So I just wanted to give a shout out to her because these aren't going to be around much longer. They'll probably be gone today. And they
Yep.
are, chocolate shortbread, green tea matcha
Mm.
shortbread. They're really, really
Yes.
good.
It's
So, and she's in our group today here around. So by all means, reach out to her, grab some cookies. I'm
mhm.
not sure if she can get the May the 4th cookies out to you by May the 4th. That's real quick. It's a little last minute, but make sure you get on her list because she'll be doing other theme cookies in the future that you
Yeah.
might to pick up for gifts and stuff. I had her send a bunch to my grandson who's up in Michigan, and they arrived, and he had such fun unboxing them, and they were
Oh.
packed all beautifully, and he's absolutely loving them, and we're having a hard time keeping them out of mommy's grasp. So yeah, alrighty. So if you want one of those, you know what to do. Awesome. What else do we need to do here? Oh,
I think we've done the sponsors, or well, now it's just us.
it's us. Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
I know.
Oh,
It's
God.
fun.
Well, Damaris, let's have you carry us for the last 5 minutes, okay? No, I'm
My
kidding. I'm
goodness, what
kidding.
No,
But do
Well,
tell
I'm
us.
so
Do
happy
you
to
have?
be here. Go
Oh,
ahead.
good. Tell us how everybody can reach out to you and connect with you and possibly get a medical reading. Because your
Yes,
specific
I
kind
would
of
love that.
astrology, medical astrology,
Yes.
is a rare niche. So
Wow.
definitely,
Yes.
that's
yeah,
Yes.
interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah. So tell
So,
us, do you have any
Damaris,
classes?
yep. Yeah, I do. I actually teach online, and I also teach through Zoom, and I also teach in person. I have a couple of classes that I do in person. But they can reach me through damarissamolinsky.com. They can find me on Facebook, Damaris Samolinsky. So, or damaris.samolinsky@gmail.com. That's my email. Either way, either of those, avenues, they can find me. And yeah, I would love that. I love to help people prevent an illness, or even if they have it, then finding the gift within the illness. Once you find the gift, you purge it, and
Nice.
then you get on with it. And so that's where I specialize in. And I love what I do, because just the reward of seeing somebody, purging an illness and moving on with their lives, it's just rewarding for me.
Yeah, I want to take a second for that because I just want to amplify that. I have heard
Okay.
so many women that have beat breast cancer that would echo exactly what you're saying. Once you find the gift in the illness, you have the ability to purge it, and they
Yes.
that's exactly what happened with them. Was they found a way to be grateful for whatever their
Yes.
life looked like right then, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that
I see I'm sorry. I
No,
see a
go
lot of
ahead.
people hating the illness.
Yeah.
They say fuck cancer, and I'm like, they're fighting it. And the more they fight it, the more it grows.
Mm-hmm.
The more you feed it, the more it grows. And so they don't understand that it's coming, embracing it, and say, why are you here?
Yeah.
What are you teaching me?
Yeah.
That's it.
What
It's
do
a
I need to
lesson.
learn from you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then once you learn the lesson, which is the gift, then you purge it. And then, it's gone,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff. Krista, my dear, what are you going to be up to this week?
This week, what am I doing? I doing this week? This is a good question. We're finishing up the beta. I did an energy balance yesterday with everybody, with the full moon energies, which, tumbles. Hey guys, really and truly get out and play with the moon if you can, tonight and over the next couple of nights, not just because it's a Scorpio moon, it's our first super moon. So we're going into that super moon energy. And just, I read on Facebook, one of the gals, she's in a moon group I'm with, that she actually stripped down naked in her front yard. No joke. Stripped down naked in front of her front yard, surrounded herself in crystals, and then she just bathed herself with her arms up in the moon. And she lives in an HOA place. And I was like, You go for it, girl. I mean, I went outside and I put, was like giving myself a moon bath, but I stayed completely dressed. And I live in Europe.
I'll bet you she didn't get one single complaint either.
Probably.
Yeah,
But
probably
me,
not.
leave my garbage cans out too long?
Hello.
I'm the
Yeah,
witch of the
you'll be
neighborhood.
stoned.
I'll
Oh
be
my
stoned, yeah.
goodness.
Yeah. So no. So yeah, I'm finishing that up and getting ready to put together my next 7 energy class.
Nice.
Because the one thing I've learned from this beta class that I've done is it needs to up level itself. So I need to. It's already creating that within
That's
itself,
awesome.
which I love.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Alrighty,
What are
well,
you doing, Gayle?
Let's see. Tomorrow, we don't have anything on Wednesdays anymore at this point because my 6-week beta is over. So I'm taking that time and revamping for something even bigger. We are still developing exactly what I'm going to offer in my membership group. There will be some free tapping. There will be some networking. There'll be a few other little things that you can expect consistently on top of, whatever I pop in and throw around and play with every once in a while. So that's coming together. And then this Friday, we are not having a Tipsy and Tiara's Queen's Council call because I will be camping up at Lynx Creek and gold panning.
Nice.
So
Beautiful.
your prayers for a good spring melt, rushing some little pebbles down the river in my direction will be greatly appreciated.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
Prayers.
So thank you. We're doing
Definitely.
adventures as many times as we can this year because we are ready to gnaw the shackles off. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Well, ladies, thank you again so much for joining me on this today. It's been so much fun, Damaris. Please come back again sometime.
Thank you. Whenever you have me, I'll come.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thank
All
you.
right, everybody. I want to
Bye,
tell
ladies.
everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Before we go, make sure to visit our 3 Crones in the Woo Woo sponsors, Dimensional Healing, Creative Command Coaching and Consulting, and Wholistic Fitness New York, as well as GayleNicholson.com. And make sure to tell everyone you can find us on YouTube at GayleNicholson.com and on Facebook at Gayle Nicholson. The page is 4C Miracles. So thank you again from one and all here at the 3 Crones. Have a fantastic week. We'll see you again soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.